Singapore's Deputy Prime Minister Heng Keat says that Singapore and China need to look at how to build on their good foundation and grow new areas of cooperation moving forward. This comes with growing anti-globalisation and other opportunities at the same time. Mr. Heng made these comments in an interview with China's Xinhua news agency ahead of an 8-day visit to China that begins today. Olivia Xiong with more from Beijing.
Deputy Prime Minister Heng Keat pointed out that economic cooperation between Singapore and China has been established for many years. Both countries now have 7 business councils and key projects like the Suzhou Industrial Park, Tianjin Eco-City and the International Land-Sea Transport Corridor. Looking at this, Mr. Heng says he hopes the Joint Council for Bilateral Cooperation, or JCBC, will provide new impetus for cooperation. The JCBC is the highest level platform between Singapore and China, and it was recently announced that Mr. Heng would be taking over as co-chair, leading the forum with Chinese Vice Premier Han Zheng.
We'll have to explore new ways. We'll have to think of how do we build on what is already a very good foundation and take it to a higher level. We will have to look at how we can continue to grow new areas of cooperation that will meet the needs of both China and Singapore. And at the same time, that will allow us to also play a part to stimulate developments in the ASEAN, in the wider ASEAN region and in the broader Asian region.
On his 8-day trip, Mr. Heng will visit Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen and Hong Kong. In Shanghai, he will co-chair the inaugural meeting of the Singapore-Shanghai Comprehensive Cooperation Council with the city's mayor, Yin Yong. Set up just this year, it is the 8th business council between Singapore and China, and Mr. Heng pointed to 3 key areas which relate very directly to Singapore's future economic development, namely the Belt and Road Initiative, financial cooperation, and technology and innovation.
All these are very important areas for us to work on, for us to cooperate on improving the quality of life, particularly in modern international metropolis. So I very much look forward to looking at how Singapore and Shanghai can cooperate in that area and deepen this collaboration.
Asked what he felt was the biggest challenge in his new role as Deputy Prime Minister, and Mr. Heng said keeping Singapore united, cohesive and forward-looking is critical. Singapore will also need to transform its economy, but this will become increasingly challenging as there is a decline in support for globalization around the world. The immediate indication of this is the trade friction seen between the United States and China, creating great uncertainty among investors. Despite this, Mr. Heng added he believes that there are opportunities as Singapore is situated in the heart of a vibrant, growing region in Asia. In this regard, Singapore needs to make a great effort to tap into technology and innovation. This is also while building the country's social fabric and constructive relationships with China and other partners around the world. Olivia Xiong, CNN, Beijing.